When you hear the sound of the bell, you know you are in the championship rounds with King Amin of Essex, and I'm here with a special guest. Needs no invitation. It's going to sound a little bit like an infomercial, but I have to say, this gentleman has given me a lot of opportunities, inspired me, encouraged me, watched him inspire, encourage others, and I feel like a branch off the tree. I'm talking about Mr. Nestor Gibbs from the Boxing Voice. Salute, Skipper. How's it going?
All good, man. Happy to finally be on. I've been seeing everybody on here.
Well, you know something? I got to tell you, I felt like I had to build something before I bring it to you. You know what I'm saying? And I got so much respect and admiration for you. I've seen a lot of changes over the boxing landscape, and I said, if I want this man or anybody to respect me, I better build something before I just, kind of do that. So I appreciate you having time, making the time, and even recognize what I'm doing with my time.
Nah, for sure, man. You working. I see you grinding.
Yeah, man. And where it all started, I often refer to the Boxing Voice as the motherland, but a place where we both started is Newark, New Jersey. Let's,
Word.
I just want to ask you, because we talk about it, we know each other, but I don't think I ever asked you, what does Newark mean? Yeah, you've traveled, but what does Newark mean to you?
Man, I mean, now that I'm on the West, um, I have no regrets. Like I'm very happy I lived on the East. It's a different culture over there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Being in New Jersey, so close to New York too. I was just talking to my wife about it last night. Like we get a lot of diversity and variety, and it's just so many different cultures, different foods, ethnicities. It's just so much, and it's really not like that over here in the West. And I felt like it wasn't like that in Florida either. Like Florida's so big that yeah, there might be I don't know, some Dominicans or some Puerto Ricans, but they not like in North. You feel me? Like North, you go to Park Ave and you
Yeah.
there. You go to Sumner Ave. Like, yo, everywhere else is out. Even out here, I bumped into like a Spanish town. And me and my girl driving, and all the stores just start changing, and it's all like Maria and Nenito, like little Spanish. And I'm like, what the
Yeah.
hell? But I don't even know how to get back over there. So yeah, still learning, but there's nothing like home.
Yeah, man. And listen, you like Shakur have taken Newark all over the world. So, it's beautiful to see that. And I'm glad to see, Florida was like, you went Christopher Columbus, stamp your flag. Now you're out in Vegas. A lot of opportunities for yourself, for the Boxing Voice, a lot of opportunities for a lot of our community as well. I want to ask you, just taking it back to Newark before we talk about what's moving forward. It's kind of a question I think I'm going to add to, what I'm doing. And it's, I know sometimes people find boxing because of, they say, hey, I came up rough, this, whatever. But a question I never find out is, does anybody actually remember their first fight as a kid?
Fist fight?
Yeah.
I don't. I know I had a hell of them, man. You being from North, bro, I was getting kicked out of Franklin, and that's only 1K through 5. So yeah, I don't know. I can't tell you like my first, but definitely was fighting from the beginning.
And I think, we all started off one of those kids. It's like, oh, you know what? Put them somewhere. Me, they remember the Boys and Girls Club at Broadway.
Absolutely.
Well, they have Flip City up there. That's how long ago it was and shit. So, think that we find our ways and we try to grow ourselves. And, it's good to see that boxing, and again, we same city, same environment, and look how boxing has brought us together, right? Now,
Mm-hmm.
you might not remember that first fist fight as a kid, but I know something you do remember because I find you to be a pioneer in this, also inspiring others. And I want you to talk about border wars.
Okay.
Lay it on us for those that don't know.
So Border Wars, I mean, it was something that we designed and started to do just to educate the average Joe on the sport, on what fighters go through, and to give them the experience first and foremost, to give them that experience of a fighter. You get that ring walk, let you experience those butterflies, a full training camp, truly give you the experience of being a fighter And we nurture our fighters. Obviously, it's a non-amateur event, so we take the matchmaking very seriously, and we just try to have fun with it, man. We got another one coming up February 25th in about 23 days, and yeah, it's gonna be here in Vegas, and we're hoping to have a ball with it, man.
Now I'm gonna dig a little bit deeper from the other side of Border Wars because it really what it does is it challenges you in the same way that life challenges you. And I mean as far as your preparation, as far as if you say you're going to do something, you have to actually do it. And when guys are getting prepared for Border Wars, it's not something to be taken lightly. You got guys that have to figure things out in life. They got to figure out, really got to train for this. I really got to eat right. I might like to smoke that hardidine. I might have to give a little bit of that up. I might
Yep.
like, certain diet. I got to change. We've seen guys like Supermex, Bola de Grasa, right? That's just as of late, but from the very beginning, guys like Canadian Jose lose a lot of weight. Danny made his debut early, Border Wars vet. So, I like to talk about it in that way because there's a community. Izzy, shout out to Izzy, no water in the sponge. You know, it's many, Liz Lowe gains experience as a judge. You got Info Joe with the announcing. There's so many facets to the fight game that people get a chance to grow as, not just as a fighter. So Border Wars is an amazing event. And if anybody think you got the balls and you want to talk shit, listen. Border Wars is the place to do it because it shows you that boxing is not just about brutality or thinking you could just thump somebody. And that's why
Yep.
the question of the first fight as a kid, Border Wars and boxing in of itself is a long way from a street fight and a fist fight. So, what I learned along the way too in my journeys is talking about boxing. You can't just give your opinion and call fighters bums and talk shit about them. You really have to, as Jay-Z would say, you can't really talk about it if you ain't live it. And so I'm glad that you have the community and especially with Border Wars to give guys the opportunity, to see where they're at really and how bad they really want this boxing life, right?
Yeah, man. I mean, a lot of people sign up thinking that this is what they want. Bro, you know how much money I get to keep because it's non-refundable and dudes will sign up and then it's like, nah, I changed my mind. I don't want to fight. I got something to do. My boss called me. I got a raise. I got to, I got to work overtime. It's so many things that happens. Meanwhile, we spent countless hours reviewing footage, calling fighters, matching. I got to talk to trainers. Some mothers even want to talk to me to make sure it's not too dangerous. So, yeah, man, it's matchmaking ain't easy, man. But Border Wars is fun, man. Border Wars is fun.
Definitely, man. And speaking of fun, I want to talk about what I find probably the most fun aspect of boxing right now, women's boxing.
Yes.
I'd like to say we were there for the beginning as far as covering it. And again, Boxing Voice gave me the opportunity to put my, flag in this. And I've taken on the mantle, if you will, as a women's boxing expert. We got some action this weekend. And I know you've been talking about it already, but just aside from what's going on, you and I need to talk about Shadasia Green, right?
Let's do it. My girl. I ain't gonna front, champ. She looked nervous. I hope the lights ain't get to her. You ain't never been on this stage. You could be Jerron Ennis in the flesh, but if you ain't never been, you ain't never been. That anxiety kicks in, and Cederroos looked taller than her.
She
I was
is very
shocked. I
taller.
thought Shadasia was a beast as a woman, and it's like, oh, Cederroos is taller. Yeah, I'm nervous, bro, because I've talked so much about this girl, and I want her to get her shot, what she's getting, but now she has to perform. She got to live up to the hype, and all eyes on you, man. So she got to do what she got to do, man. I'm excited. I can't wait for this weekend, man. It's a fantastic women's card, but that's probably the one I'm most invested in.
Definitely. I mean, all this Patterson, New Jersey, Shadasia Green. I'm all in it. And I did see, the face off. I saw the inches, and I think maybe that was kind of it, caught off guard. Like, damn, homie, taller than me. Like, I'm used to being, the bully, if you will, or
Word.
being perceived in that way, physically imposing. And now I'm kind of looking up at somebody. But I think that's what these moments are for. And right away, this fight does something immediately for her. She becomes the mandatory for Francois Cruz to earn. So yeah, there is a lot to be nervous about this. And I'm gonna tell you something, man. I'm not afraid to say this. Again, I don't, do your background check. I'm a decent guy, but I cry. I cry. And sometimes I cry before I whoop somebody's ass. So don't be surprised if Shadasia Green has some nerves that she has to work out, but she still whoops some ass.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. And no disrespect to Cederroos, but I feel I need Shadasia Green to have this moment, and I'm rooting for her. But I'm rooting for women's boxing because, like we've all been saying, anybody that will talk about it, every fight matters. This is like her first step-up fight, her first live televised fight, and this is who she gets, and these are the stakes. I love it.
High risk. And I'm gonna say, without knowing the purse, high reward, because what's to come. Cederroos is a common opponent with like 3 of these girls, right? I'm pretty sure Clarissa, Franchon, and maybe someone else.
Savannah Marshall.
That's the big 3. That's the big 3. So all my girl got to do is knock her out, and they can't help but talk about her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not sure, but I'm gonna double check. Did you already check if any one of them knocked her out? Has Elin Cederroos been knocked out yet?
If she has, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say Marshall's the only one to stop her. But I
don't think.
And I think that was
Fimke. He ain't been knocked out.
And see, that was Fimke Hermans. I confused it. That was Fimke Hermans that got stopped by Marshall, who also fought Clarissa Shields.
She fought Fimke and beat her. She also beat Alicia Napoleon on Showtime, and she lost to Franchon Cruz. So Cruz took a decision in 10 and undisputed in that fight. Took her belts. So she right back off a loss, facing the mandatory. So this is a Cinderella story for her. Like, if she beats Shadasia, now she right back in the undisputed fight again.
Rematch.
So Shadasia got to bite down, man, do what she got to do, and keep that strap.
Absolutely. I think too, my girl, another one I've been keeping an eye on is Sky Nicholson. Now, again, we know what Baumgartner's going to do. We know what Serrano's going to do. I just want to talk about some of the lesser known, give them some shine. And Sky Nicholson is one who she's had, I think, like 6 of her first pro fights was stateside. Ramla Ali, who's also in this card, has done something similar, but Sky Nicholson, I think, has positioned herself for a WBC International Silver or something. They like giving those out over at Matchroom, and I love that because I think in maybe her 10th or 11th pro fight, here she is fighting for a title. Women's boxing does not waste any time. And I happen to find out that she's 28 years old. I mean, she looks like a younger girl, Taylor Swift-esque. But she wants to burn now, and so I'm excited to see her get a belt, to see where she's gonna go. Because remember, she gets a belt, they're gonna want her to defend it, a la Sandy Ryan. And so, hey, we got a lot of nuances on this undercard with some of the other female fighters, man.
She's been fighting decent opposition, definitely better opposition than what you're used to seeing on a female record, but I don't know anybody she's fought. I know she's making buzz because she's with Matchroom. She's a pretty girl. For so long, I had her confused with the girl with the tattoos from Australia. That's a whole nother girl, right?
Shanika Johnson.
The one that got all bloody the other day?
Yeah, that was Shanika Johnson.
See, so Sky, she's getting that buzz for being with Eddie and being with Baumgartner. She got to get buzz from me for fighting. So I'll see you Saturday.
Yeah, she's going to have to show improve. And let's not leave the fellas out, because I think Richardson Hitchens is on this card. Or am I?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Isn't it this one? No. Is it this one? Let me double check. Because that press conference was fireworks.
I think it is. I hope I'm...
Nah, it's not. It's not.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Holy smokes. So when is that happening?
I thought they added that on there, but that would have been nice.
I mean, I seen a press conference today, and he did say, let's talk about the women. Eddie did. So maybe you are right, and that's why it's not on my schedule, because it was an added card.
Sure.
Or an added fight, excuse me.
No, well, hopefully I am, man. And listen, great action for the weekend. And listen, anything else you want to let the people know before we get up out of here? Because I know you out there on the West Coast. I myself, I'm on the East Coast. We're still early risers. We grinding. Just share something with the people before you get up out of here.
Man, all I can say is keep grinding, bro. It's never easy. Maybe you expecting help from certain people and you won't get that. You know, just keep grinding. Put the blinders on, man, and go and look forward. Keep grinding, man, because hard work can never be denied. That's the one thing that people can't deny. They can say whatever they want about you, but your work ethic, that speaks for itself.
Absolutely, man. And one of my famous mottos, when I started with TBV, first one there, last to leave. And here I am working it out, man. And salute to you for always giving me the opportunity, always showing support, and
Anytime.
definitely, let people know if they're interested in border wars, how to register and get that information.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously, the easiest way to DM me, and I will personally answer any questions and walk you through it. Send you links of past Border Wars events and pictures and all that, man, because it's truly my baby. Um, the goal for the future for Border Wars is to be the new Sugar Bird, bigger, badder, and totally better. You know, I believe that if we start with Border Wars in the amateur system, we can build popular amateurs, because our platform is pretty huge and we stream our fights to those platforms, both Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. We also do interviews with those fighters. They call in, they become part of our regular daily boxing community, which then helps them bubble even more. So, I mean, look at guys like Marvin, which and obviously your audience does it, so I won't be too long-winded. But we got guys in Border Wars that went from 300 pounds to 165 pounds, and internationally fighting in the amateur system now. So it starts with Border Wars and it builds up the confidence, and then next thing you know, we've created a real fighter. So I do want to bring it to the amateurs in the future so that some of our audience members can open their book, you know, and get that first amateur fight.
No,
But yeah, man, check us out on theboxingvoice.com. Like I said, on Instagram, I'll answer any questions that you may have. And I mean, man, I appreciate you for having me on. And like I said, keep grinding.
definitely, man. I'm gonna shout out some of those great fighters right quick, but I hate to do it because then I forget somebody, then I shit the bed. But Keem the Dream, Jordan Baker, Robert the Genius, Young Ali himself, Nestor Gibbs. All right, we got Elias the Lion Lioness. We done had Info Joe is a beast. That's my guy. I mentioned Daniel Alvarez, and the list goes on. Lids Low, the fans corner. You guys know he's on on this platform as well. Lots of guys, man. Mario Munguia, the $1 Million Baby, Enrique Church, man. Listen, just so many guys in the community. It's a great thing. Check it out. Championship rounds. This is what I do, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm telling you, I cannot be outworked. If you think you can, try me. Salute, Skipper. I'm out.
Salute. Appreciate you.